possibilities of at least their offense buying in. We haven't talked about defense. Should we talk about that at all?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to transition into. So I don't have much. I don't actually have any defensive film pulled up, but I feel like with defense, it was. I think the number one thing was effort. That's going to be the big one. Obviously, Davion being the core of the defensive effort for the Sacramento Kings. It's been something that I've preached about a lot. Where I feel Fox has all the tools to be a good defender. Coming out of college, people said he could be a really good on-ball defender. He closes out his closeouts are he over closes outs, which means on a pump fake they're easily able to just blow right past him, and that's just such a huge headache to see constantly. Sabonis not being the greatest in terms of being a help side defender positionally, I think he's actually okay, but in a pick and roll, he doesn't have the lateral quickness to step up there. But what have been your thoughts on the Kings defense, and how do you think Mike Brown can improve them with just being there?
Yeah, so I went through. I kind of tried to pull apart the effect that what's his face that Sabonis had on the defense. Where did it go? Where's my tab here? Is this it? Oh wait, is this it here? Here it is. So, Sabonis when he played in those, not a ton of games for Sacramento, but there's a some there. He actually was pretty much a net zero defensively as far as on off numbers, which is good. Like they weren't like terrible. They didn't get worse when he was on the floor. So there's something there, and he he has some ideas about. He's certainly a good rebounder, and he's rugged down there and stuff like that. So I think he could be okay. The main philosophy that the Warriors adopted in their defense was no middle, and you certainly didn't see that in the Kings before last year. And it's funny because Luke Walton should know this as well and stress it. But when you allow the players to penetrate into the middle of the defense, you're going to get screwed no matter what. You're going to give up either shots at the rim or wide open threes. So I anticipate seeing him stress no middle as much as possible to keep them out of there. A lot of times coaches might worry because you're forcing a righty to go to the right on the right side of the floor, but it's always preferable than allowing him playing him straight up, or for instance, or you don't want to, even if you're forcing him left, you can't force him left into the middle. It's a nightmare. It's death to your defense. So you'll see that, and so that should improve the defense. That alone. But again, we got to find out if they're going to get them to buy in. Like, it's one thing to get a team to buy in your offensive stuff because you can tell them, "Hey, I want you to get these shots. You're going to get all these shots." That's easy to get them to buy in sometimes when you talk that way. It's the defense that's going to be really hard. I give it I don't know. I don't know what number I'd give it. Likelihood that it's going to work, but at the very least, he was in charge of the defense in Golden State. Golden State was elite defensively for those years, except for when they got all those breakdown injuries a year and a half ago. So, his record is clear. There's no reason not to give him the benefit of the doubt that they'll institute some stuff that'll make him better than whatever they were. They were down at the bottom, I think, in defensive rating for a long time. So
27th.
it should improve several spots up in that list.